Okay, we're back from estate sale shopping and from King Richard's. We had a great time. We spent a few hours out and about and grabbed some lunch after, so it was really nice to get out. We had a little storm yesterday, so there's these really big puffy clouds in the sky, and it was just really beautiful. So yesterday I did a little estate sale shopping, which I shared with you in the footage before the haul. And it was such a cute little cottage. I'm going to start with the items that I picked up from, I'm going to call it the Cottage house because it was just really sweet. It looked like the house had been closed up for some time. So the items that I picked up were really dusty. And so when I got them home, I gave them all a really nice soak in my sink with some Dawn dish soap. And then I actually ended up Lysoling them just because they just needed a lot of TLC. But I do think they turned out really nice. And so again, I was looking for a lot of the cottage core kind of nautical themed items while I was out and about. And I couldn't believe I found a bookend, and I have a bookend just like this. I actually need to get out my summer decor from last year, but I'm pretty sure this is a match, or at least a close match to one of the bookends I have already. And the crazy thing is, I only had one bookend last year, and so if this is a match, it's going to be amazing. But I do really love, it's nice and heavy. It does have this kind of velvet back to it, so it's going to be nice to keep my books in place. And it does have some missing gold pieces down here, but that's okay. Most of the time people, and even myself, are going to be looking at this kind of farther away, so I'm not too worried about it. And yeah, should be a nice addition. It's a made in China piece, so I'm pretty sure it's not vintage, but I like it nonetheless. And then in the kitchen of that little cottage house, and this was one of the reasons I went to that estate sale, I found this gurgle pot. It's called a gurgle pot. And this is a 2006 gurgle pot. And I believe this pot is in the robin's egg blue color. And it's in fantastic shape. Not quite vintage, 1 year to go on this guy. But I think he'll look really cute with some flowers coming out of his mouth in the summer. I'll probably style this on my island, my kitchen island. I don't know. He just, to me, looks like he would go perfectly there. And the reason why they call this a gurgle pot is as you're pouring water out of it, it's supposed to make a gurgling sound. I tried it. It's okay. It doesn't make like a crazy gurgle sound or anything, but it's really cute. And I can't wait to style him for summer. I'm also on the lookout for a bunch of shells. I know we live in California and we're pretty close to the beach, but for some reason it's hard to find like good quality shells on the beach. I don't know if it's just where we're or if somebody else is finding all the shells. I just always feel like it's hard to find shells in good quality and nice sizes. But I did find this at that house and I really liked it. It's just kind of like, I imagine a big snail or hermit crab living in this one, but it's really cool and I like the shape of it and the color. And I also found this really beautiful jar and it has all these shells on top and I just really liked the colors. I did notice when I got home that one of this little shell here is broken, but that's okay. I'll still display with it. And what I like to do is I like to have little jars, little trinket dishes like this for my entryway. So when I come in at the end of the day, I just kind of throw all my bracelets and my necklaces in one of these. And I like it because I can just put the lid on and nobody sees all my clutter. So this I'll either put in my entryway or styled on my coffee table on top of some books or something. But I just really loved it. It looks like the inside of a shell, all the different colors there. So really beautiful piece. It doesn't have a maker on the bottom. But yeah, really beautiful. And then lastly, at the cottage house, I also picked up a painting. This is what it looks like. And it looks to me, I'll get a little closer for you. Hopefully I'm getting a good angle there. But it has a seagull, and this looks like a tide pool. That's kind of how I envisioned it. And I like that it was just this very close snapshot of this one scene, and all this other part was kind of blank. I don't know, it just seemed really dreamy to me. And I envision this in my open kitchen shelving, like as a backdrop to it. Either that, no, I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going to put this. I like that it's really long like this, so it makes it pretty versatile for my kitchen. So I'm excited to use that piece. And when I got this piece home from the cottage house as well, I did wipe it down with a wet cloth and some Dawn dish soap just to bring up any of the dust that was on it. I did that to the front as well as the back just to make sure it was super, super clean. But I was worried it might mess it up, but no, it's still in really great condition and it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so that's all the items I found at that first little cottage house estate sale. And then we went to the one today, which, as I mentioned, there was just so many people. I didn't actually get a chance to film inside. It was a little bit chaotic, and sometimes I don't like going to estate sales later in the day because then people get like almost this feral energy about them where they're just grabbing things, and that's not the way that I like to shop estate sales. So husband and I, we just picked up a few things and we're like, yeah, let's get out of here. Let's go to King Richard's where we can just take our time and enjoy. So I'll share what I got. I will say though, going later in the day, you do get really great deals. So I did pick up a few things. For everything that I'm going to show you, we picked up for $2. Okay. So first thing I found was this bottle brush tree in the package. This is from 2017. It says on the back here. It's probably from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, one of those craft stores. This house was full of crafting supplies. I did take a look for ribbons or anything like that, but again, it was just so chaotic that it wasn't even worth it. But I do like to pick up these bottle brush trees when I find them. I also picked up, so that's the Christmas item. And then I picked up these items that I thought looked like spring or Valentine's Day. I found this really cute roll of ribbon with some hearts on it. So I guess I did pick up one roll of ribbon, but what I was looking for was like green satins or reds or, you know, so when I do go to these crafting houses, I like to look for my crafting supplies. But yeah, I really liked the hearts on this one. I thought it was super cute. It looks vintage to me. And then I also picked up this book. It says A Star Danced, and I loved the baby blue with the pink on the spine. I thought that would go really, really great with some of my spring as well as summer with this light blue. So I'm happy with that pickup. And then I did find this cute refrigerator magnet, and it's one of those French kind of images here with the little red-headed girl. I just thought it was really sweet with the little cat, and it looks like they're maybe having some hot chocolate. So really cute. And then I also found 2 shells at this estate sale. So I found this really pretty white with this pink interior, and this white and black shell. And I really just like having a lot of shells, and I can use these as bowl fillers, or I can set them on top of some coffee table books in the summer and on my mantle, all around. So anytime I see these, I'm just going to start picking them up. And then I also picked up this really sturdy brown wicker basket. It is sturdy. And so I feel like the $2, this was probably the main pickup, and it probably would have cost the most money. And it still does have a tag on it. It doesn't say how much the piece was originally. Oh, maybe, no, this is not the right tag. Anyhow, it's a really nice sturdy basket, and I envision putting, I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here yet. I don't know if I'll use it on my kitchen island, my coffee table. I thought about maybe putting some of the dog's toys in here, so we'll see. When I get to decorating, I'll see how I end up using this piece, but it's a really nice basket. Like, it's real sturdy, so I'm excited about that. And then my husband, he's a very comical guy, and he's always trying to make jokes and keep people on their toes. So I don't know what his plan is for these, but he picked up some fake mustaches. So again, I don't know when he'll use these or why. I don't ask a lot of questions. So yeah, we bought these as well. Put those in my little stash. Okay, moving on to King Richard's. Let me show you. Let's see. I'm going to grab my little items here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the main item that I picked up, and it's this really beautiful sailboat. I really loved the color of it. It was in great shape. You know, sometimes you find these boats and they're just wrecked. Like, the rigging is not on them anymore. They're just falling apart. And so when I saw this one, I loved it. I thought it was going to be perfect for either my mantle or above my bookshelves here, but I really loved, again, the colors of it. We have a lot of sailboats here in Long Beach. It's one of my favorite things to do is go down by the water, watch the sailboats, watch all the, fishing boats go by. So this to me really is reminiscent of Long Beach and where we live. So I couldn't pass it up. I kind of stood there and looked at it for a while. And I know when I do that it's probably going to come home with me, just because I'm like, should I, shouldn't I? And most often I do. This piece was, I think I got this piece for $25, which again, I thought was a great price for a faux boat. And I think it's going to be very nice, styled as one of my focal pieces. Then I was in another little booth and I saw this. They had a bunch of different cookbooks, and I picked up the Fisherman's Wharf cookbook. I just thought it was so cute. And here's the whole thing opened up. And inside it has really cute illustrations and recipes, little stories. Let's see. There's shrimp crab legs and shrimp creole, a crab omelet, avocado stuffed with crab. That sounds good. So it says, a great collection of gourmet fish recipes combined with Mike Nelson's beautiful illustrations makes this Fisherman's Wharf cookbook a constant delight for the connoisseur of fine food and elegant art. So I thought that was very cute. I'm definitely thinking about styling this in my kitchen, obviously. And so I'm excited to have this piece. This was $10.95, and it's called the Cookbook, the Nitty Gritty Cookbook. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this end page. Isn't that so cute? I really like that. I probably should have picked up a few more of those. Okay, then in one of my favorite booths, I always love to support this lady. I think it's a wife and husband duo that stock this booth, and it's always so beautiful. I always have to take a look at how she decorates for each season. It looked like she had some summer, but she was mostly in spring mode. And so I did pick up this USA lusterware. It says made in California, USA lusterware seashell little trinket dish here. I did purchase this for $15. It's beautifully made, and it has this like opalescence to it. So I thought this would be really beautiful, styled on top of some books on my coffee table, or as a little dish to catch keys and things in my entryway. To go along with this, I got a few of these seashell necklaces, and these were in a booth that were 20% off. It was 20% off. And so I feel like I got a great deal on these. One of them is nice and long, and it has tiny little seashells in it. See that? And the other one also has tiny seashells and also some larger shells at the bottom. But my idea with this is, well, one, I can wear them, right, to the beach. I think they'd be really pretty with a bathing suit. I also thought about using them as bowl filler, like this. I can just kind of pile them in a bowl for bowl filler. Or I also thought about taking them, like cutting them. Give me a second. I thought about cutting the end where it's tied and using it like a garland. So I don't know. Again, I'm going to see how it goes. But I do really like these. And then, let's see. I also picked up this little basket. When I was in spring decorating mode, I wish I always have more of these baskets. So I ended up picking up this one, was $10, and it's kind of in this star pattern shape. But again, I like these for displaying little trinket dishes. I could even put my necklaces in here. And then I also ended up getting one brass candlestick. And I picked up this one because I have two larger ones in this style with the twisty base. And I really like the look of these, especially during summer, because to me, it almost looks like a rope. So I picked up this piece, and I can't remember how much this one was. Sometimes they take the tags off, and sometimes they leave them on. So I'm not really sure. But that's all I got today and yesterday for my coastal cottage theme that I'm going for this summer. I can't wait to start decorating. But right now I'm just kind of in collecting mode and having a great time out and about looking for different finds. And I had so much fun today. Thank you as always for watching. And if you are new and would like to continue seeing me out and about thrifting and estate sale shopping, decorating videos, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!